Good morning, students. Welcome back to computer science class. Today, here I'll explain how to write a C program and what is the structure of C program. Okay. So before going into a structure of C program, first here I have written one simple program and how to execute this and this program is correct or not, that I'll explain. Okay. So when you are writing a C programming, from this first you have to think what is the expected output from the program. So here this is a hello world is a output. Okay, hello world is the output, and if you want to print anything on the terminal and the output screen, that should be the part of printf. Printf is a function between this opening and the closing parenthesis. Whatever you write, that will be printed on the terminal. Okay, so if you want to print your name or if you want to print any value, whatever it may be, that should be the part of printf statement, printf function. Okay, so what is the use of this statement? What is the use of this function? This function is used to print something, whatever you want to print on the terminal, that you should write between these parentheses. These brackets are called as a parenthesis, and this is called as an output function, which is used to print whatever you want to print on the terminal. Okay, but where this output statement should be written, where you should write this, you should write inside the main function. Okay, so inside the main function, this actually, okay, you leave that. What output you are getting here? Hello world you are getting. This is a simple program to print hello world, right? So if you want to print anything on the output screen, where we should write that output statement? Between a printf opening and closing brackets parenthesis. But where we'll write this? Inside the main function. But you may get one question. Can we shuffle this? Inside the printf function, can we write main function? It's always we should write printf inside the main function, or we can shuffle these functions. That question may you get. That questions you may get such type of questions. Means in the particular order only we should write, or we can change the order of these questions, these statements, these functions. Okay, is it compulsory to write in the same structure? Okay, such type of questions you may get. But C program is already I have explained. It is structured programming. Structured programming means according to particular structure only. Means in that particular structure only you should write the program. Okay. So actually this is simple structure. This program is designed according to the structure. So before writing any program, first you should know the structure of the C programming. However you want, you can't write a C programming. According to particular structure only you should write the program. That is nothing but a structure of C programming. Means where we should write input statement, where we should write output statement, where we should write the main function, where we should declare the variable. Everything should be according to the structure of the C programming. Clear? Now we'll discuss about that. Just time being, you note down this. Again I will explain same programming with the structure of C programming. Okay? Just time being you write this. Here we have a structure of C programming. So whenever you are writing a C program, according to this structure only, you should write the program. Okay, means according to your requirement. Here you can include some sections or you can exclude some section. But the sections which are mandatory, that section you should include. Okay, but only one point you need to remember is, whenever you are writing a C programming, according to this order, according to this structure only, you should write the program. Okay, document section, link section, definition of header files, global declaration section, main function, declaration part, executable part, and closing braces, opening and closing. And this is subprogram section, and inside subprogramming section, here I have given n number of functions. at the basic level, we want to include all this. But when your syllabus is increasing, new topics are coming, then you have to include one by one. Okay, but you should know the basic structure. What is the structure of that C programming? And it is very, very important. You may expect this question in the exam also. And you need to remember also, because whenever you are writing any program, you should remember where we have to write output statement, where we have to write the main function, where we have to define the global variable, where we have to write the user defined function. Each and every area you should know. If you know it very well, then it is easy for you to write the program. Every time I won't remind each and every section. Just you copy down all these sections. Each and every section I will explain now. According to your requirement, according to the program, we'll include only some sections will include in a first unit. When you come to a second unit, third unit, fourth unit, we'll include all these sections. At the end of your semester, we'll write program using all these sections. Clear? Just you note down these sections. Each and every section I will explain now. Now, we'll discuss each and every section, or else you take screenshot of this. Later you can write. Okay, but when you'll come to a live class, see here I'm explaining the structure of C programming. Next class will be your live class. Okay, there I will explain in the system itself. Okay, programs I'm not going to explain on the board. Whatever programs you have to write and how to write a program, how to execute a program, everything I will explain in live classes only. Weekly I will take 2 or 3 live classes if you have a programming. Okay, because programming here I can't explain. So everything I will explain. Programming part I will explain in the system, and theory part I will explain in the board. So here just today I am giving a theory part. After this class, next class will be your live class. Whenever you have theory in the subject, that I will send you the recordings. But when you have a practical part, then I will take a live class. Okay, immediately after this class you have a live class. You remember the lecture number? The next lecture will be your live link document section. See, actually you are writing a program. Example, I am writing a program. So in the program, I know what is the name of the program, what is the use of the program, when I have created, and what is the purpose of each and every line. Maybe you are beginners, you are new programmers. You don't know what is the variable, what is the main function, and what is the output statement, what is the use of, you don't know even ABC of the program. So what I will do is, whenever I am writing a program, whenever I will write a program, including the programming statements, including the programming functions, for each and every line, I will give the explanation also. Okay. So that explanation is called as a comment lines. So when you are including comments inside the program also, you should include comment according to the programming syntax. Okay, so however you want to write, you cannot write. For commenting also, there is some syntax. According to that syntax only you should write. As already said, whenever you are writing any program, any language program, your program should be according to that programming syntax, according to that programming vocabulary. Similarly, whenever you want to pass your own information, that information also according to that programming commenting syntax. Okay, means according to the syntax only you can include comment lines. And the thing is, in the structure of C programming, in the very first line I have given the document section. Document section is nothing but it is a section which contains the comment line. Okay, where we'll give the name of the program, what is the purpose of the program, when it is created, okay, what is the use of that programming, how many functions you have included, okay, everything you can write in your own words in the comment line. And one more thing is, whatever you include between a comment line, that will not be executed. That will be printed as it is on the terminal. Okay, actually it will not print it. It will give information to the user. Okay, what is the use of that line? That. And one more thing is, in the programming, wherever you want to include the comment line, you can include. Okay, but actually when you are writing the name of the programming, in the very first line only will give the name of the program. So in the structure of C programming, the comment line should be the first line. Whenever you are writing a program, if you want to pass any information about the programming, that should be included in the first line of the program. So your thing is how to write a comment. That is important. Means you should know the syntax of the comment. So when you are writing a comment in a C programming, like this you should write. /, it is an asterisk. These two keys you will get on the keyboard. Okay. And this is a comment. And close this in the reverse order. /, asterisk, the comment. Next to asterisk and closing this. Okay. Once you go through this, once you see this, /, asterisk, whatever comment you want to give, that comment you should give. Next, asterisk, /, for the closing. So here, I want to give a comment like this. This is first program. This is first program. Then closing. So this is called as a comment. So sometimes you may write, if you are writing a program for sum of two numbers, in the first line itself you will give the information about the program. This program is written for adding some two numbers. Even the beginners, those who don't know, those are not aware of the programming also, they will understand what is the purpose of the program. Okay, so this is called as a comment. In the document section, what we'll write inside the document section, will comment the program. What is the purpose of the program? The second one is a link section. What is the use of this link section? See, whenever you are writing a program, you need some functions from a software. Okay, so whenever you are loading any software, that all the functions which you are getting from that software are stored in a library of that software. Like you will get different books in our library. Similarly, different functions of that software you will get in a library of that like a programming language. You will get all the C programming functions in a C library. Okay, means in order to write a simple program, we needed some functions from that software. So all the functions are stored in a C library. So whenever you are writing any function, whenever you have written any function in your program, like I have given one function like this, main function. So for this function, there are some instructions. That instructions are there in a C library. So if you want to execute that function, that whatever there in that C library, that should be invoked in your program. That should be included in your program. That will write inside of this link section. So if you want to include any library functions, means whatever functions you are getting from that software inside your program, then we'll use a link section. Link sections already, actually how to include this link section is, see here, include stdio.h. Actually here, this is called as a library file, header file it's called. Header file which contains different functions. Okay, and all the functions are stored already in a library. That later we'll discuss. Here .h is nothing but the header file. So this header file contains some functions. That functions we are going to use in our program. So whenever you are using a library function, header file functions in your program, it is a condition that from whichever header file you are including functions in your program, that should be included inside the link section. Okay, understood? So if you are including inside the link section, example here I have included stdio.h, one header file it is. It consists a number of functions. if you have included this header file, if you have given link to this header file, then what happened? Whatever functions are there in this header file, that will be included in your program. Okay, so it is a compulsory, because in C programming all the functions are not saved in only one folder. Depends on the category of that function. All the functions are stored in a different header files. See example, you have a string functions, math functions, physics function. Example, instead of storing all the functions in one place, depends on the nature of the function, we'll divide that function, we'll group that function, that are called as a header file. Understood? Example, we have a physics students, electronics students, statistics students. Instead of making all the students in one classroom, what we are doing, we are dividing into a groups. Physics students separate, electronics students separate, statistics students separate. Similarly, depends on the nature of the function. What we are doing is, we are grouping that function into a header files. So from whichever example, if you want to use a physics files, then just I will include the physics group only. If you want to use statistical functions, just I will use the statistical functions only. So from whichever header file you are using a file, you are using a function, that should be included in your program in the link section. Okay, so it will provide built-in functions, software functions to the user. Clear? So, and all the library functions are included using a hash. It is called as a preprocessor. Before starting a programming execution, all the functions available in this header file should be invoked in your program, so that you can execute that function. You can call that functions in your program. Okay, only one point is there. You are getting some function from a C programming. So if you want to use that function, where is that function actually? You should include that file name. That is, all the C programs are separated into different files. That files you should include. If you are including stdio.h, one file you are including means whatever functions are there in that file, that you can include in your program. So using functions, you can write a program. So that is why you need to include a function. Understood? That is in a link section. And link section, you can include, you can link any files or any values by using a hash. It is called as a preprocessor. Before starting a programming execution, whatever functions are there in this header file, that should be included in your program. Clear? Next, what is the next one? Definition section. Okay, you write down the definition section. What is the definition section is? If you are using any fixed variables, okay, then we'll use a definition section. It is given like this: hash define pi 3.14 example. As you all know, pi value is fixed. So in the program, if you are using any variable number of times, any value number of times, example, if you are calculating area of circle, area of a triangle, like that, in such cases what happens? Frequently we'll use a pi value. So instead of declaring, when you are using same value number of times, then what is the value? What is the value of that variable? That will declare inside the definition section. And one more point is, whenever you have given any variable, actually this is called as a variable and this is called as a value, and it is a preprocessor again. Before starting a programming execution, this value should be loaded into your program. So if you have given any variable in the definition section, if you use number of times the same variable, the value of that variable will never change. Such type of variable will include inside the definition section. Okay, so in the program, wherever you have a pi, there 3.14 will be substituted. Understood? And when we'll use this, when you are using same variable number of times, then we'll go to the definition section. Okay, now the next one is a global declaration. Global declaration. Global declaration means, example, you are writing a big program, complex program you are writing. In that, you have some 10 to 20 functions you have. total example, you are writing a program for arithmetic and logical function program you are writing. For arithmetic functions you have, for logical functions you have. Example. Okay. So, okay, 2 or 3 variables you are using in all functions. In each and every function you are using the same variable. So, there what we'll do is, whatever variable you are using in a more than one function, that variable you can declare inside the global declaration. Global means in the program wherever you want to use that variable, that you can declare inside the global declaration. Now, the next and the very important is main function. It is a function actually. And why it is very important is, if you are writing 1000 lines of program also, your program execution start from the main function only. So that is what is called as a initial point for your program execution. Okay. So, and it is a main function, and according to C programming, if it is a function, it is starts with opening and it is closing with a closing brace. Okay. It is a logical starting and it is a logical ending of the function. Okay. So when a compiler or any interpreter come to this line, what it means, that function body is over. Okay. So in the C programming, whatever you write, that will write inside the functions. Okay. And here what is the use of this function? This function will start program execution. Your programming means that program execution will start from a main function. Means whatever you write, that should be the part of main function. So main function contains 2 sections. One is the declaration section and the second one is the executable section. Declaration section, what will do? Whatever variables, whatever value you will use inside the program, all the values should be declared inside the declaration section. Okay. And whatever output statements are there, whatever input statements are there, that will come under executable section. Okay. So whatever you included between these two, between this opening and closing braces, only that will be executed. Okay. From that point you can give to link to another functions, but whatever you have included between a main function opening and main function closing, that will be executed. Clear? And it's very important, because your program execution start from main function and it contains 2 sections. One is a declaration section and the second one is a executable section. Clear? So whatever you are writing in the C programming, that should be the part of main function, and main function starts with opening brace and it ends with closing brace. Clear? It's very important. After that you have, after this you have a user defined subprogram section. Subprogram section. This is a subprogram. Function 1, function 2. You can include any number of subprograms. See, as I already said, from software you will get some functions, and that functions we used to write our program. But you want to create your own functions according to your requirement. That should be written after the main function. But for this your functions also, function call should be made from the main function only. Means you need to give a link here. Then only your program should be executed, because what I said, your program is executing means that should be the part of main function. Okay. This is about the structure of C programming. According to this structure only, you should write the program. Clear? No problem. In the live class again I will explain. Okay. Again, now here I will explain one simple program based on this structure. Like this. I am not including all the sections which are required now, only that I am including. So this is first program. This is first program. And here it is not compulsory that you should write only first program, second program, third program. Even you can write your name also. You won't get any other, because just compiler will see the syntax. These two it will see. It won't check what you have written between that. Even you can write your name, your father name, your date of birth, whatever you want, right? You can write. You won't get any error. Just you need to see the syntax. This one is correct or not. Clear? Next, immediately I am writing like this. Main function I am including. Link section, global declaration I am not giving because right now it is not needed. When you come to functions and all, at that time I will explain. Okay? Void main, because it is compulsory because execution starts from the main function. Next, in this I am writing like this. Printf, it is the output statement. I am printing hello world. Clear? This is a simple program to print hello world on the terminal. Okay, in this is a document section, it is a main function section, and this is the execution section. Execution section, as already said, in the main function we have two sections. One is the declaration section and one is the execution. When we'll go to the declaration section, when you have a values to print, here I am not printing any value, just I am printing a one message I am printing. So when you are not storing any value into the memory, then there is no need of using a declaration section. Directly you can go with the execution section. Okay, example, if your character is C equals to A plus B, then in that case you need to store A value, B value inside the system. Then you will get a question of declaration section. But if you are not printing anything, if you are not storing anything, then no need to go for the declaration section. Directly you can go to the execution section. In execution section, just will include the output statements, whatever you want to print on the terminal. Okay, only few sections here I have included. When the program complexity increases, then I will add all the sections because it is a first class. I don't want to add more functions and more variables and all. Simple program I want to write. So it is a document section, main function section. Only it is a main function. These are very, very important. Okay, and here one more you can write as include stdio.h. Why this I am including is this printf function you will get from this header file. So if you want to use this function, first you should include this. See, if you want to write an exam, that is the output. But there should be an admission. If you have an admission, then only you can write here stdio.h is an admission. If you have admission, then only you can write exam. If you have a header file, then only you can use this function because this function you are getting from this only. If you are not including this, if you are executing this, you won't get. You will get error. Okay. So if you want to write exam, you need an admission. Similarly, if you want to use any system any system functions, it is a condition that wherever that function is there, that library file, that header file you should include. Okay. So this is about your first program. The same thing tomorrow in the live class I will explain. I will explain in the system and I will show it. Okay. Thank you.